I was testing out different add-ons to see the best for building generation, and I came across this add-on called Housecraft. So before you can pronounce this word on the screen, this is the longest word in the dictionary. Let's see how fast you can generate this house. All right, so 1, 2, 3, go.
Pneumo
All right, the
ultra
house is done.
microscopic silico volcano
It's done. Is that
coniosis.
fast? Now that's not just the best part of this add-on. The best part of this add-on is that this is just the basic. Like there's a lot that we can do with this. Now, let me switch this off. Now you can see that it works with geometry nodes. So all I did was to switch off the display of the geometry node in the viewport. And then we can go into our edit mode if we want to make iterations to this. So you see we had a flat rooftop for this. By default, this is what you see when you open this add-on. So here we can see that there's no door here. We just have windows. Okay. So, and then this roof is a flat top. If we select this, press tab to go into edit mode. Let me turn off this geometry. Now we can select this face. Let's say we want a door here, and we'll come down here to our materials, and we're going to assign this orange color for the door and click assign. Okay, and then in that one we had the flat roof, but then we want this roof to be, you know, slanty. So we can press Ctrl R, add a loop cut here, and then let's select just this face and move it up on the Z axis. We have this, and then let's just drag out this face. Give it enough space for it to include the door. And if we turn that on, you see we have a door right about there. Now, going to our rendered mode, you can see we have a house. Now this is so cool because this is just this basic step. Like we can create really nice buildings with this. Let's go back into our object mode, or rather our edit mode, and let's just create a shape around this. Okay, let's say we extrude this and then come here. Just want to create a layout of a house. That you want. We have this, and let's say we want this area to have like a slanty roof. So we'll take this down too. Okay, and let's go back there. So you see, so it forms a very nice building. Very nice building. Now, these are not just the only things you can do to this house. You can see that these are they have different wall types and different roof types. So we can change this to a wooden roof. Change this to this barrel style roof. I like this. And change this to asphalt shingles. Okay. Let me do this, and then we have different wall types. Can change this to logs, bricks, wooden planks. So let me change this into our shader editor so you can see how all of them look. So this is how it looks on default with the modern planks. This is how it looks with brick walls, and this is how it looks with logs, also with wooden planks. Okay, and the different roofing types. This was the first one. Okay, wooden shingles, tiled roof, and asphalt shingles. Now there's something else you can add to this. If you come here, you can see that we can add lamps and chimneys. So if you press this, you can turn off the chimneys and lamps. You can also turn them on here. Okay. ladders. We can also add ladders to the building. Now, there's no ladder displaying, so you can see this is showing that the ladders work only on green old house types. So green ID onions. So if we select this, let's press tab and change this face. Okay, so it only works on green onions. So select this and assign it. Go back to object mode, and then you see we have a ladder showing. So it only shows where we have our green ID. So you can see it's quite simple to use. All you have to do is select, you see where it has yellow IDs for chimneys, purple IDs for windows, blue IDs for a porch, orange IDs for door, and like that, red IDs for vertical damage. And you see it's already created these ladders here. We're just going to increase the ladder offset. So now let's see what else we can do to this building. We can turn on and off inner walls. Okay, so if you turn on inner walls, we can start having walls inside of the building. So this will really show when I turn on destruction. Okay, we can add random damage to the building, and it causes all this random damage around the building. This is just super cool. Increase the amount of damage that we want. Now you see that we have this debris from our damage floating in the air. So to solve that, it's under this trash. See, we have vertical damage, okay, proximity damage, and trash. So let's go to this trash. If we turn on and off trash, you can see that we can have this damaged building. So it's so cool, both the outer walls and the inner walls has damage all over everything. Okay, so let's say we turn on that trash. Now we have to create a trash collection so that we don't have this debris hanging up in the air. So to do that, to add a plane, let's scale that up and move this below our scene. Make this a new collection, this new plane, this is our ground M. So new collection, and we can call this the trash. Create that. Now if we select the building and we go to our trash collection and search for that trash, add the collection there, you see that we have all the debris on the floor. That's looking awesome already. Okay, now with what I was saying, if you select this building and we select its inner walls, now you can see it has formed the inner walls of the building. From inner walls inside the building. You can also on random damage for the inner walls. See what it did to that. This is a proper destruction. You can even carry an animation inside this building with all the destroyed walls and everything. You can see that very clearly. Let me turn off the inner wall and turn off the random damage. We have proximity damage. Now this proximity damage, we can add just an empty. Here it is better. And then we select this building and we want to go to that proximity damage. turn on damage proximity, and you can select this empty, and you see that anywhere this empty is, that's where the damage is going to take place. This creates a very cool effect. You can even scale this up, and we have the damage just where this empty is. That's a really solid effect. Now let's turn that off. Select this building, turn off proximity damage. Okay, so then we have this option, just closing these tabs. We have water streaks. Now if we look at this building, you can see that the walls of the wood is it's just a plain wood. Okay, so if we go here back to our modifiers, water streaks, we can turn on ivy. Here we can turn on ivy, and we have these plants growing on the building. And then we can increase this option for water streaks. I say it adds this dirt and grime on the wood from water seeping down the roofs all over the body of the wood. So our ivy, we can reduce that water damage a bit. And then the ivy density, you can increase that if you want. And also the ivy height, you can increase that. You can also randomize the position of the ivy. So this is a really cool add-on to generate houses. So this is one house. Let's say we want to populate this compound now. Okay, so let's create another house somewhere here. We can work on the same mesh. Like, let's say we select this and go into edit mode. We can add another cube somewhere here, which will be a separate house. Or we can, let's do that. Add a cube and position it here. See that it creates a separate house for that over here. This is one way to do it. Another thing we can do is in our object mode, we can just add another cube. Add another cube here. Now for this to work, we'll have to add geometry, add modifiers, add geometry node, and then we search for the Housecraft here, and it will add it to this. So the good thing about this one is that it just is part of this original building. So any modification we make to this one for our settings will happen also to this one. But if we do it this other way, this is a different geometry node. If we select this, we can make it a single user material and geometry node, and we can make different variation to this, even give this a different building type. So let's say I wanted this one to be logs. See that this could be a log house here. I think that's a good idea. Okay, edit mode, and let's just make this like a wooden barn. It's a really cool add-on for generating houses. Even our windows, let's say like we have this building and it's destroyed. We can select this building and then let's go to our windows and doors. Okay, see, we can turn on destroyed windows. Select this and change them to barricaded windows and, you know, wire mesh windows like a destroyed building. This is where we can change the materials for the brick texture. Okay, so you see this, we already have like a mini compound created here, and all these other parts, what you can just do is add materials. Get the kind of grass material that we want. Okay, but you know, if you want this to look really good, you're actually going to add like a grass system to this, like nice, really nice grass. Let's try this. I think you should definitely go and try this out. I'm going to leave a link for you to get this add-on in the description of this video, so you can see how you can quickly create houses, create different scenes in just seconds. So it's left to your creativity, the kind of house, the kind of shape you want to go ahead and create. So just go ahead and try this add-on. I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video for you to go and try it out yourself. You can create really detailed scenes that, you know, are going to be mind-blowing, because if you take a look at these textures, like take a look at this, even coming close, you can see this wood. Leave a comment below in this video telling me what you think about this add-on and if you have tried it out before. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.